The stands are packed with umbrellas. The officials have given us the golden signal to go. Game 2 here at Shelby High School of the district tournament in Division 6 for the Northwest District. New London sits as the number 2 seed, and it is an all blackout fest for this second game as the Wynford Royals on your screen are set to go as the challengers here in this district semifinal. We'll take a break, come back live and free on the OH Report with first pitch.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
I like being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Time now for your Burkhart Farm Center pre-game show, live and free on the OH Report. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got a good old-fashioned red versus blue matchup. New London takes the field as they get set to go up against the number 3 seed in this district, the Wynford Royals. New London, the 2 seed. Let's go ahead and talk about the team about to step up to the plate here in the top half of the first. It's the Wynford Lady Royals from the Northern 10. They just saw an N10 team in the first game move on to the district championship, trying to make it an all N10 affair here tonight. They sit 12-9 on the year. They've got a couple games down compared to New London's 17-9 record. They're just 12-9, 9-4 in conference play. They've still got to play Upper Sandusky one more time after this. So if they do lose this game, their season isn't technically over yet, but they will get to play one more game to celebrate. Well, not even celebrate their seniors, because there are no seniors on this team, Travis.
No, there aren't, but this is a team, 12-9, but the Northern 10's a tough conference. I mean, when you look at the two teams, New London did what they were supposed to do against competition, but Wynford has played much tougher competition this season. They're battle-tested. That's why, despite 9 losses, they're the 3 seed. Yeah,
and they've only played one Firelands team, and it was the champions in Crestview. They played a tight game. We were both there for that game in a 3-2 contest where the Cougars were able to just edge out. Player spotlight for them. Not going to see her in the circle for the top half of the first, but Rylee Robinson is a problem.
Absolutely. 1.82 ERA, 12-7 record, and 143 Ks. She can get things done.
Taking it back out to the field as we are ready to go. Lily Lapley takes a strike as she was looking to lay down a bunt there. Peyton Shepard, the pitcher for New London, forces a quick 2-strike count. Peyton Shepard, 6-5 record this year, 5.18 ERA, 40 walks, 42 strikeouts.
Lepley, a 523 on-base percentage, 423 average. So she'll get you hits. She'll also work a couple walks in there as well.
Here's the 0-2 pitch from Shepard. Low and outside. I'll move the count to 1-2. Lapley, 4.23 average, as you said. 3 for 4 in their last game against Mansfield Christian. Scored 3 runs. Here's the next pitch. This one's high.
And that lefty leadoff hitter that you like to see, slap hitter.
Lapley
Doesn't need the power, but just needs to put it in play to have a chance.
Lapley will play at shortstop in the bottom half. Next pitch, outside, swung on and missed for out number 1. Shepard's got her first strikeout.
Take a look at our Fawcett instant replay. Where it's just completely fooled her. Not that hard of a swing, but gets the out.
Takes care of business in just 4 pitches. Here's the next batter. This, the righty, Rylee Robinson.
I mean, we talked about her pitching numbers in the pregame, but she's also batting .386 with a .476 OBP. Leads the team in RBI with 22.
She's in an even count now after that one misses low, 1-1. Led the team with 3 RBIs in that Mansfield Christian sectional win. Next pitch to the righty, in the dirt, or in the turf here at Whippet Athletic Complex. Counts 3-0.
And you don't want to put anybody on, especially ahead of their next hitter that's on deck in Brooke Frombaugh.
Must have misplaced a strike on the scoreboard because they have changed it to 3-0. Taking all the way here, it'll be a walk for Robinson. So they'll get a base runner on here in the top half of the first. And up next is their power hitter, Brooke Frombaugh. On a team that doesn't have too much power, Brooke still can take some things out.
Yeah, she has one of the 3 home runs, Robinson the other 2. 18 runs batted in. She has a triple. She has 8 doubles. And she takes that for ball 1.
Yeah, high and outside there from Shepard.
Frombaugh, 357 average, 418 on base.
Looks at another one high. Their last game was actually not that sectional championship. They made up a game with South Central. They won that 13-6. Frombaugh tripled in that game. Watches this one on the upper edge actually get into the zone, so the count's now 2-1.
Take a look at the replay. Right at the lettering.
Frombaugh sees another from Shepard. This one even higher. 3-1. Robinson still sits at first.
And like the first game, rain, the water on the ball, water on your hands, going to be some issues for the pitchers.
Hitters count. That one sneaks in there. Upper outside edge. Frombaugh shakes her head. She'll have to go at this full count.
Anything close here as a hitter.
Here's the pitch. Frombaugh belts it over towards left, but too much, hooking foul.
So we'll go again.
Robinson got a good jump off of first. She goes back to the bag. Here's the second payoff pitch. This one will go into play. Center fielder can't track it. Robinson turns towards third. Frombaugh's going to have a double, and Robinson's going to try and go home. Throw in. Frombaugh goes to third. She's got a triple. It's an RBI as well for her as Wynford scores the first run of the game in the top half of the first.
Well, said Frombaugh had one of the few triples, one of 3 this year. Well, give her another one. And the Lady Royals striking early, striking first, which is big in a game like this.
Rough angle out there in center from Addison Yetter. Couldn't get to the ball in time, and that allowed Brooke to get an extra bag. I thought for sure she would have only had a double, but able to leg out a triple.
And something else to watch for today, because of this turf, with it being rainy, you have to slide early because you will fly by. And you saw Frombaugh full head of speed as she went in the third.
Quick 2 strikes on the next hitter. This is Briley Hildreth. She's down 0-2.
255 average, 20 walks, only 8 strikeouts.
Shepard delivers another one with a runner at third. And that one just missed. So count moves to 1-2. Brooke Frombaugh after that triple stands at third. Hildreth trying to stay alive. Here's the pitch from Shepard in the turf. Good scoop back there by Rowland.
Winner gets Buckeye Central Thursday.
Swinging a grounder over to short, scooped up by Yetter. Olivia throws to first, gets the out, but they'll trade it for another run. Wynford up 2-0.
And if you watch Frombaugh, she waited. Watch her shuffle here waited, and then once the ball was thrown, that's when she took off for home. Trying to draw that throw as well. But they went, since it's the top of the first, went for the out instead of trying to get her at home, and it's 2-0.
RBI ground out for Hildreth as the next batter is Kate McGuire, the freshman. 188 average this year. Took the first pitch for ball one. Here's the next from Shepard. That one high and outside, 2-0. Looking at the field for New London, out in the outfield going from left to right. Pilot at left, Yetter. That is Addison Yetter at center. This one's fouled back. Risner sits in right. Then in the infield over at third, Kilgrove, Olivia Yetter at short, Natalie Weaver at second, and Wilson over at first.
Rain letting up once again.
2-1 sneaks in there on the outside corner.
And a nice frame job there by the catcher to just grab it and hold right on that corner.
Scoreboard full of twos. 2-0. 2-2 count, 2 gone in the top half of the first. We'll have another full count after that misses outside. Kate McGuire, strikeout victim. 16 Ks this year. Trying to stay alive here, but make it 17. And that's a second strikeout in the circle for Shepard as we end the inning. Wynford takes a 2-0 lead to the bottom of the first.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
So Wynford with a solid inning on the top half at the bats. They lead this one 2-0 over the number 2 seed in this district, New London, who will now take the plate with Rylee Robinson pitching for Wynford. We'll talk about her in a moment. They just recently played Buckeye Central last Thursday, looking to try and get a rematch with them if they can win this game. And Wynford trying to get towards that. Talk about New London. Joe Thomas leads his team for a 3rd season. They finished 5th in the Firelands in another tough conference, just like the N10. They are battle-tested coming into this. They've played a good amount of opponents. They've beaten who they've needed to, and they've had some tough ones against some really tough teams in Crestview and Monroeville.
Yeah, I mean, those 4 losses, we talk about this in basketball and football. They're not bad losses. They're competitive losses for them. They won't be seeing those teams in the tournament either, being in D6. Those are 5 and 7 teams. So, yeah, you might not win your conference championship, but that gets you battle-tested for when you make it in your tournament run.
Addison Yetter leads off for the Lady Cats. Takes strike 1 high. Next pitch from Robinson is outside. So now talking about Robinson, 12-7 record for her, 1.82 ERA. 143 strikeouts, that's 3rd in the N10. She forces a foul ball out of Addison to make it an 0-2 count. She's 3rd in the N10. We just saw the 2nd place strikeout queen in the N10 in our first game with Grace Colleen.
Yeah, and Colleen, 10 Ks. She's now over 200 strikeouts. But, Wynford, they got themselves a pitcher too. And if the Royals, could eke out a win here, we may have ourselves a quick district championship game with 2 of the premier pitchers in the area.
Scoreboard in our facility says 0-1. It should be a 2-1 count. It's now 3-1. Had a check swing. They checked over at first, didn't go. Count's now updated. It's 3-2. My mistake. So we got another payoff pitch. Here it is from Robinson. Just missed outside, and there's a bag for New London to lead things off. Talked about Rylee Robinson, talked about Grace Colleen, who played in the last game. Both of them played on Thursday against each other, combined for 31 strikeouts in 9 innings.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. As we have our other players spotlight as well real quick. We'll get back to her in a second, but, I mean, for New London, great way to answer after giving up 2 leadoff hitter here on first base. A lot of game to go. If you can get one back here, you'll feel good about yourselves. Unable, though, to put down the bunt is Pylant.
And it counts quickly 0-2. So you've got Addison Yetter over at first. Pylant's got some work to do now. Next pitch from Robinson. Fouled off. New London, a very offensive team. Pretty much the opposite of what Wynford's been this season. .349 average as a team for the New London Lady Cats. It's pretty good, Travis, especially when you've played as many games as they have.
Yes.
0-2 again. Line right back at Robinson. It deflects to the shortstop. They get the out at second. Nice recovery. Good job by Lapley to play the deflection. Toss it over to McGuire, who was standing at second.
Take a look at the replay here. As Madison Rowland up.
Nice and slow. That goes right off.
I think her arm.
Yeah. Like the forearm there. Right where she gets all of her pitch calls from.
But she was all right. She celebrated the out. You score that 164 on the fielder's choice.
And she'll now go up against our player spotlight for New London, Madison Rowland. Who swings at this, takes it over to right. Backtracking at the wall. The catch is made by Morrison. Forces Pylant, who now is on first, to go back, and that's 2 gone.
She gave it a ride, but just not enough. The rain kind of knocked it down there, Jonathan.
Yeah, nicely done by Michaela Morrison playing over and right to make the second out. So up trots Paley Wilson to take on Rylee Robinson.
It was Rowland and Wilson that led the New London volleyball team to a district championship, upsetting Buckeye Central in the championship game, going to the regionals. Trying to do the same thing to Wynford and possibly Buckeye Central again.
Foul tip into the catcher's glove makes this a 1-1 count. Robinson squares away again. This one low. Gets away from Frombaugh. However, no action on the base paths. Count moves to 2-1. And already getting some new softballs. We saw that a lot in the first game where it got slippery at times. Wanted to get frequent changes. So Robinson's got a fresh set. And that gets past Frombaugh again. This time, Pylant takes second. So that'll go down as a passed ball. And that gives New London a base.
And a perfect opportunity to them in a 3-1 hitters count to possibly get a single and cut this deficit to 3-2.
That ball sneaks into the high, tall zone for Wilson. Got a full count again, 3-2. Another payoff, Robinson working quickly. Here's the delivery. Swung on, grounded just past her. Second baseman has to collect and throw to first. And there's out number 3. McGuire to Sebring retires the inning. Top of the second, we stay at 2-0 in favor of Wynford.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Let's go between the bases with Burkhart Farm Center. Jonathan Langdon alongside Travis Berardi with you here on the OH Report. Want to get to a couple more of our keys and our player spotlights, and someone that we didn't get to spotlight who we just saw in action at the plate is Madison Rowland, the catcher for this team. Leads them in a lot of certain areas, and mainly in hitting. 471, 47 runs scored is towards the top, not just on the team, but in the conference.
Yeah, and she nearly had her 6th home run of the game, or of the season there, as a quick start to the top of the second coming up here for Wynford, up 2-0.
Shepard continues to work for New London in the circle. She starts things out with a strike to the next hitter. This is Addison Sebring, junior for the squad, one of many. Chops this one, stays fair.
Tough
over
play.
Towards third. Throw to first will not be in time. It's also off to the left. However, Sebring will stay at first with an infield single.
Yeah, she easily beat the throw before it got past her. And I was about to say, only a 125 average, but sometimes those just little shots go a long way.
So Sebring reaches in just 2 pitches. So New London's got to draw things up here in this situation with the base runner on with nobody out. First pitch in the dirt to the next batter.
Wolf, the 7-hitter, batting .296 on the season. Does have 14 RBI.
Chops and misses at 1 low. It's 1-1. Royals still lead 2-0. Trying to add to it here. That one's in the zone. 1-2.
Rain once again picking up.
Couple low pitches in succession here for New London, as now it looks like Shepard wants a new softball. Wolf playing third base for the Royals. In a 2-2 count, sees the pitch from Shepard and grounds it right back over towards third. They'll go to second and get the fielder's choice. So they get the out.
Nice
we
play.
go right back to where we started.
Yeah, that was a close play over there at the base, but just in time with the throw. That could have been disastrous for New London had that been a little bit slower, but they're able to get the fielder's choice. 5-4 goes that play.
This will bring up Morrison, who made a nice play at right in the bottom half of the first to keep New London without a run. Shorter player, too. Counts 2-0. Shorter player, she's got a small strike zone.
That's why you put them down at the bottom of the order, too. Like that second leadoff. She's hitting 172, but her on base is 304. She's walked 9 times so far this season. She's ahead 3-0. Could be number 10 right here.
Rain continues to pour down, as taking all the way was Morrison. That sneaks on the lower outside edge to make it a 3-1 count.
Yeah, just looked at the radar. This is the heaviest of the cell that will go through, and then after that should hopefully clear up. That swung and missed to make the count full.
Yeah, Morrison shaking her head, maybe reached out of the zone to try and get that. Another payoff pitch. This is the 5th already between the both sides, and that dribbles in the turf for a walk. So Morrison reaches first base via base on balls for the 10th time this year, as Travis mentioned.
Bring up Emily Stauffer, 188 average, 325 on base. Only 32 at bats this season. 2 doubles, 6 hits. 5 walks, 15 strikeouts.
One of 3 freshmen that we've seen take action so far in this game. That pitch misses high. Runners on first and second. The runner that was thrown out at second on the fielder's choice prior was a pinch runner. Filiator came in for a moment to run from first to second. There's another dribbler. Some big leads over from both Royals on the base paths. Neither go. Stauffer's in a 2-1 count.
We're seeing the heaviest rain we've seen so far today.
And it's definitely messing with this pitcher right now. That's another dribbler.
I wouldn't be surprised if the umpires delayed this until the heaviest got by. Like I said, this is the last of the rain, but usually you get the last of it. It's the heaviest of the stuff.
Yeah, but the
also
unfortunate part is they don't have the radar with them.
And they don't have lights here, so they got to power through.
Next pitch misses high, ball 4. Stauffer wasn't sure what the call was for a while there. Now she walks over to first base, and the bases are loaded with 1 out.
And the top of the order. So Leipley, who struck out to start this game. Big opportunity here to give Wynford a bigger lead, up 2-0 here in the second.
The sophomore steps in. Wilson. That one lined right back to the shortstop. She'll go to home to try to get the out, but it dribbles away from the catcher. It's 3-0 Wynford. So Leipley reaches on the fielder's choice.
So you take a look.
Next hitter reaches the plate. Robinson back up. She walked in her first AB. Swings at this one, grounds it over to second. They'll try to go home again, but she's safe. Just reaches ahead. Morrison scores. 4-0 Wynford.
Another fielder's choice.
And they just can't seem to get out of this bases loaded jam right now. 2 more runs have scored here in this second inning. It's 4-0 Wynford. Frombaugh, the most dangerous hitter for this Wynford lineup, with a good chance to open things up even more here in the second. Brooke takes a strike on the outside edge, 1-1. 1 gone. Stauffer at third. Leipley at second, Robinson at first. Frombaugh sees the next pitch from Shepard. She belts it out towards center. That'll get down and score at least 2. Frombaugh rounds first, heads to second. Last runner is rounding home. Robinson will score standing, and it's now a triple for Frombaugh. Again, we'll have to see what the scoring officially is. She does reach third. It might be a double on the throw.
Double on the throw, yeah. But it does the job. Clears the bases. It's 7-0. Lady Royals here in the second inning is the big blow coming from Brooke Frombaugh.
And Shepard's going to have a meeting here with Coach Thomas. The infield chatting things up as they have been bombarded by this Wynford offense that doesn't really put too many runs on the board when you look at some of their other results this year.
But with the opportunity, with a player like Frombaugh coming up in big opportunities as well. She has a triple and a double, 4 RBI, a run scored, and it's only the second inning.
Making a strong case for that MVP later on today if they can hold on and win it. 5-run second inning here for the Wynford Lady Royals.
Off to a great start in this.
Hildreth steps back up. Recorded an RBI in her last at-bat. Didn't reach base, though. Counts 1-0. Next pitch, high and away. Frombaugh leads off at third. Count moves to 2-0. Circle visit not paying off quite yet.
By Coach Joe Thomas celebrating his wedding anniversary today.
Congratulations to him.
Him and the missus who's watching.
4-pitch walk. We'll now bring up another freshman, Kate McGuire. Last game for her was a struggle, 3 strikeouts in that one. Looking to try and square one up here. She's 0 for 1 thus far today, too. Shepard finally delivers a strike. Still just 1 out here in this inning, despite 5 crossing home plate for Wynford. This one's popped up. It'll get out of play behind the press box. Runners on first and third, 1 out. Frombaugh at third. Over at first is Hildreth. Another pitch from Shepard. Here it is. That one's in the zone, and that will get McGuire retired on strikes for the 2nd time today.
Now batting number 12, Addison Sebring.
And now, just like that, we're back to Sebring. She started this inning.
Update on the second semifinal over at Gallion. Clear Fork with a 3-0 lead over Shelby.
What was the result of that Lex Ontario game?
I'm going to have to take a look.
Swinging a grounder over to third. They throw it to first, and it's an error. Third baseman couldn't quite get the arm over
Well, she
to
also
Wilson at first, and a run scores.
didn't realize how many outs there were. Was about to throw it home.
So Frombaugh scores again, and it's now 8-0 after that error from the third baseman, Kilgrove.
So disaster here in the second for New London. A 6-run inning for the Lady Royals.
But if you're Wynford, this is a dream start right here.
Yes.
2 gone, 6-run inning, and we're right back to where we were. Runners on first and third. First pitch swing, and this goes to second. The flip isn't clean, but a good job by the shortstop Yetter to go reach for the bobbled softball on the turf. Keep her foot on the bag, and that'll end the top half of the second. But the damage done. 8-0, 6-run second. We're heading to the bottom half. New London trying to re-wake things up on the OH Report.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
First pitch strike to start the bottom half of the second. Rylee Robinson's got insurance.
Or as they say it in the South, insurance.
0-2 count early here for Rylee as the pressure has been taken off of her shoulders in an 8-0 game. Just got to throw some strikes here.
This is where you just, throw it over the plate. Don't give any free base runners and let your defense play. That's foul, and we'll go again.
There's Olivia Yetter. Looking to start something for the Lady Cats, and that won't do it. Swing and a miss. Robinson starting to dial in here today.
First strikeout of the day. But like you said, it's kind of like shooters. They see it go through the hoop once. They get that confidence. You get those swings and misses. It just builds that confidence.
Goes at the next hitter, Natalie Weaver. Sees ball one. Scouting report apparently for Wynford says she's likely going to bunt because that third baseman is way up past the third base bag. Counts 2-0. Either that or she's got some speed on her. She's hitting 290, 364 OBP. Squared to bunt that time.
And this is not what you want to do if you're Robinson. Issue free passes after your offense puts 6 up on the board.
Looks like we got a new softball yet again. 8-0 Wynford. If you're just joining us on the OH Report, whether on Facebook or YouTube, thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a comment. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering on.
And there's a pitch down the pipe.
Taking all the way there is Weaver. So hitters count 3-1. Robinson delivers. That one is low and in. And there's another base runner to lead things off. They had a leadoff hit runner in the last inning. Weaver will stand there this time. And she will make way for Maya Kilgrove, playing at third base today for the Lady Cats. Watches one go high and away.
And again, the rain picking up, and that might be playing a factor in the grip.
High swing and a miss out of Kilgrove, who is hitting 279 this year, 413 OBP. 2 for 3 last game against the Rough Riders of Western Reserve. Scored 2 runs, drove in 2 runs, I should say. Dribbles this one, it stays fair, but it is bobbled by the first baseman, Sebring, and everyone's safe.
So some luck here, as that one just took a wicked hop. It's an error on the first baseman. But New London, if they can get a crooked number here in this second, you're not out of this. Only 1 out, only the second inning.
2 runners on.
We still, after this inning, still have 5 at-bats at least.
Hoodies are out for New London. It's getting quite frisky out here with all this rain.
I still am wearing shorts, and I am not bummed that I did. Not giving that away. It is Memorial Day week as well, so you got to think summer's somewhere around that corner.
Glaw gets some contact here. Counts 0-2. Sadie Glaw, 273 average for her, 1 for 4 with an RBI last week in their last game. Hasn't got too much time. She's only 3 for 11 this year. Here's the 0-2 delivery. That one in the zone. Robinson's got a second strikeout.
And a great answer after the walk in the air. Or second strikeout of the inning or second of the game. Take a look at the Fawcett replay. Look at just, you can see the rain on our camera. But with light dwindling here at 6:51 on the East Coast, and this being a district semifinal where, you know, you've already had one team play already, you want to keep it equal, an even playing field by playing both games in the same day.
1-1 count early here as the pitchers duel. Peyton Shepard. Rough start for her in the circle, trying to reverse things in the batter's box. Swings at that foul. She'll now be down 1-2 with 1 gone on 2 on. Another softball switch.
New London hoping that Shepard can somehow reach, get you back to the top of the order, and possibly the bases loaded or release a run in.
This will be pitch number 36 for Robinson. It's a 1-2 in the zone, got her looking. And that's how the second inning will end, folks. Top of the third, on the way. Wynford leads 8-0, taking command here in this district semifinal.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
We've made it to the top half of the third. Squaring to bunt is Michaela Morrison, who already finds herself at her second AB after a 6-run second inning that saw a lot of batters come up for Wynford. Rain has been persistent. Looks like it's going to stay persistent for the next 20, maybe 30 minutes. As Morrison's up ahead 2-0.
I see light at the end of the tunnel.
But that light
may
come when this game's already done and dusted. Especially at the pace that Wynford's playing right now.
Yes.
Counts 2-1. Lays off of that.
They're still playing at Galleon. Just Clear Fork out to a 4-0 lead.
Looks much better there than it is here. And that one will go high. Ball 4 for Morrison. And Shepard lets the leadoff on again.
Now batting number 2, Emily Stauffer.
5th free pass issued already. And the 9th hitter, Emily Stauffer, the designated player, hitting 188, but OBP of 325.
And that is Coach Thomas's cue to go to a new option in the circles. So Shepard's day is done, and Addison Yetter will take over for the New London Lady Cats. We'll talk about her in a moment. We're going to take a break, come back live and free on the OH Report.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
First pitch strike for the new pitcher for New London. It's Addison Yetter. Was playing out in center until the change happened. Second pitch is a bunt. Nicely placed. Throw to first, though. Nicely done by New London to get the second out, or the first out, of this top half of the third.
But watch the replay here, Jonathan. Nobody was covering third. Morrison, though, did not see it. Was not even looking at her coach until it was too late. Could have been a 2-base sacrifice, but instead score that 1-3.
So Stauffer gets the job done, moves Morrison over to second, and now we see the top of the order come up. Third at bat for number 3, Lapley.
Struck out in the first, reached on a fielder's choice and scored back in that 6-run second.
This pitch goes to the backstop. Morrison will now take third. She rounds and was thinking about going home, but she'll hold up. 8-0 Wynford. Getting close to that run rule territory, even though you do have to go all the way to the 5th. Next pitch to Lapley. That one misses high. Count is now 3-0. 3-0. There it is.
These scores hold. Wynford and Buckeye Central in the district championship game. And we talked about the two pitchers that could be in that matchup. Maybe a 1-hour total softball game, 1-0. Or who are we kidding? It might be 16-15. You never know with these games.
Runner goes, they'll throw down to second. Official nearly called it out, but after seeing a bobble from the shortstop, changed the call to safe. So Lapley finally gets to go on the base paths. She's the leading steal getter for this team with now 18 on the year.
And I like how she slid too. She slid backside of the base, making that tag come across, and that might have helped get the ball free.
Robinson watches another one go up towards the upper end of the zone and fall in for a strike. It's 1-2.
She's reached base twice today. A walk in the first and scored, a fielder's choice RBI and scored in the second. Fouls that off to stay at 1-2.
So Lapley sits at second, Morrison over at third still.
Got Brooke Frombaugh on deck, hoping maybe she walks so she has another chance with the bases loaded. Already has 4 RBI of the day.
This one lined back at the pitcher, scooped up by the second baseman. The play is wild, and now 2 runs will score on the error to first. And it's now 10-0 Wynford. We knew the Royals were going to pack a punch to the 2 seed in this district, but I don't think we knew that the punch was going to be this big.
Yeah, this has just been an offensive showcase by the Royals.
So now those 2 base runners I mentioned earlier have scored.
Yeah,
it's just Robinson at first now, and Frombaugh at the plate.
Single RBI E4, the second runner scored on the air, and Frombaugh gives this a drive.
And that goes over the head of the left fielder. Pilot couldn't make the play. Frombaugh will stop at second.
And I think it got stuck underneath the fence, so it's a
ground rule double. Or just I don't know what you want to call it, a courtesy double, as Frombaugh now has 2 doubles and a triple today. 4 RBIs, could have been 5 if that didn't get stuck.
Yeah, if that didn't get stuck.
Next up for the Lady Royals, number 7, Rylee Robinson.
2 doubles and a triple. A lot of fantasy points if you had Brooke Frombaugh on your team.
I think I always like to think of these things because us at the OH Report, it feels like sometimes we come to some of these games for some of these schools and players just get an extra boost to their skill and their play level. And Frombaugh, in my eyes, is one of those players that whenever we see her play, she kind of just takes it another level. As Hildreth now sits at the plate, takes strike 1. Takes that one in the dirt. Count moves to 1-1. Runners at second and third. Robinson at third. Frombaugh at second. 1 out here in the top half of the third. This one's taken to short. Yetter throws to first. Catch is made by Wilson for out number 2. Runner does still score. It's now 11-0.
Now batting number 8, Kate McGuire.
So 6-3 the put out, but it's an RBI.
First pitch swinging. This one will get past the shortstop. It's 12-0 as Frombaugh scores for a 3rd time today on the single by Kate McGuire.
put a charge into that one to get past this shortstop.
McGuire's 8th RBI of the year.
And it's so far a 4-run inning for Wynford.
And this pitch gets away. New London and their pitching staff really struggling in this rain. District tournaments, they never make it easy on you. The pressure of that added on with the elements, both packing for a tough disadvantage for New London right now.
They're going to need some luck on their side, especially starting in the bottom of this inning. First, they need to get one more out.
That is 3 straight dribblers from Yetter in the circle.
And again, that could have something to do with the rain. Coach Thomas, nice one-handed, bare hand catch on that.
Yeah, he saw that last pitch and immediately gave Yetter a new base softball. And she gets a grounder here. That tips off of the glove over to the shortstop, throw to first in time.
Nice play.
And that'll end the
1-6-3.
inning. So 2 runs in the first inning, 5 runs in the second, and now 4 in the third for Wynford. It's 11-0 as we head to the bottom of the third.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
So the bats are hot for Wynford coming out of the gates. You see that score. It's 12-0 Wynford in favor of over New London. 12 runs, 6 hits. First inning they scored 2. Second inning they scored 6. And then they just scored 4 in that last frame. And they're looking to shut out New London yet again.
I mean, just Wynford's hitting the ball hard. New London's not helped themselves out with a couple errors. And then Brooke Frombaugh has just been raking.
And also Shepard, 5 walks in the start for New London. They have since turned to Yetter, who's walked 1 hitter. But still, just errors starting to stack up. This one lined over to second. That gets past the freshman, and that'll go into right for a base hit.
Just chopping at the ball. And
That's hard hit. I would give
yeah.
that a single.
No, I would too. That's just, she ripped that. Second baseman didn't even have a chance at it by the time it got to her. She's
So
1
we
for
are.
1.
That was the top of the order. Addison Yetter gets the base hit. It's the first hit of the day for New London. They've actually booked it in error.
I give that a hit.
So still no hits technically for New London. 2 errors each on both sides.
Now, I do want to ask, whose game changer are you looking at, Wynford's or New London's?
I believe this is Wynford's.
I understand then. Usually you'll give the error to the even questionable types of calls there just so you can say your pitcher's had a no-hitter. I'm sorry, I don't give the benefit of the doubt there. Maybe because I've scored Major League Baseball games for 3 years, but that's a hit.
So that leaves a runner at first. Counts 1-1. The next batter, who is Pilot, who's now up 2-1.
Down 12-0, but hey, you got string together hits. Couple crooked numbers get you back in it.
Watches another one for a 3-1 count. She's a good RBI hitter. They just haven't gotten her in those situations quite yet. Next pitch from Robinson. Swung on line over the first baseman. That'll get down in fair play. Yetter turns towards third. She'll get there safely. Runners on the corners with nobody out.
And there's that life. Back-to-back hits. And a chance with their main hitter to get on the board.
Rowland, 471 hitter. Our player spotlight today. Trying to bring her Lady Cats back into the limelight. Despite being down 12-0 right now in the bottom of the third. Fouled that first pitch off as she goes up against Wynford's ace and Robinson yet again. Watches one go low. Next pitch for Robinson will be 45 on the day. Piling at first. Olivia Yetter over at third as this one's popped up in the infield. Second baseman giving track, and she'll make the catch. Out number one here in the bottom of the third. Good catch by McGuire.
And the worst possible thing other than a strikeout, pop up on the infield, does not allow the runner to score from third. For New London, you at least need 3 runs here to start off, because you don't get them here, you got 2 innings to do so, or this one's over.
First pitch dribbler. Oh. This will go foul. Nice crafty play by the third baseman to let that go.
Just the last second, sidestepped it and let it go foul.
So Aaron Wolf decides to let away. Didn't want to make a risky throw to first.
I don't even think she'd have a chance if she would have fielded it. It was that slow of a roller. The only play you had was to let it go foul, and she made the right one.
And makes count 0-1 here for Paley Wilson. 25 RBIs this year for her, trying to add to that. Watches one go high, 1-1 the count. The rain showing mercy for now. Next pitch. Sneaks in there. A couple of groans from the New London side.
It's right there at the knees.
1-2 count with one gone. Runners on the corners. The pitch to Wilson. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Rylee Robinson. That's her 4th of the game.
And a big second out here after giving up back-to-back hits. Chance with one more out to get out unscathed.
Trying to keep a donut on the board. Gets a first pitch swing and a miss.
And you see with the rain subsiding, she's getting more of a grip and able to throw that ball better now.
This is Olivia Yetter. She's 0 for 1.
First strikeout victim of the day.
Robinson works with her again, gets another miss. She knows she already got her earlier. Just do the same old here if you're Robinson. Try to get this done in an 0-2 count. That ball misses outside as during one of those other pitches, Pilot made her way over to second, so now 2 are on scoring position. Here's the 1-2, looking for strikeout 6. This one grounded over to second. McGuire makes the easy scoop, throws to first. New London stays off the board, and Robinson gets it done for a 3rd straight inning. 12-0, 4th on the way next.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
Today's district semifinal brought to you live and free on the OH Report thanks to our generous sponsors. Burkhart Farm Center, farmers serving farmers. Sutton Bank, earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Fawcett Tax and Account Services, professional service you can trust. Avita Home Health and Hospice, providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan. Thank you all for allowing us to be live and free for this district semifinal.
Welcome back to Shelby Athletic Complex. Counts 1-0 as we continue with the fourth inning. This one dribbles to make it 2-0. So not a whole lot of options left for New London when it comes to pitchers to duel. Addison Yetter came in during the third. She'll likely have to go the rest of the way as she gets a swing and a miss out of Aaron Wolf, the sophomore third baseman.
Got a little greedy there. Saw it right at the chin. Tried to chop at it.
This one goes high into the backstop. 3-1 now the count, and a hitter's advantage for Wolf. I want to shout out the Shelby organizers putting together this district semifinal outside of the weather, which is out of their control. Been smooth sailing here at Shelby High School as there is a walk to start things off in this fourth inning for Aaron Wolf.
We'll bring up Michaela Morrison, who's also walked both times she's come up to the plate.
Squared to bunt that time, backs away on a high pitch. Yetter already at 19 pitches. Deals a strike there right down the middle to Morrison, so now she'll have to think about it.
Clear Fork up 9-0 on Shelby.
So the weather building some big leads potentially here today. Morrison pops that back foul. It's 1-2 now. Morrison was the only Royal last time out to have a multi-hit day against Buckeye Central. Grace Colleen dealt with everybody else but her. Oof. This goes to the backstop way high, and it's an easy bag on the wild pitch for Wolf.
I call it an RAWP, a rain-aided wild pitch.
Been a lot of those today, haven't there?
You know, they have to get these games in, but it's a shame that this weather had to come at this time.
And it's going to be like this, it looks like, the rest of the week, too. Morrison fouls one off. 2-2 now the count. It just feels like those April showers are not going away like they're supposed to right now. This one grounded just foul. Looked like Kilgrove at third had it covered anyways. Morrison will have to try again, as will Yetter in the circle. Wolf's over at second. Anything to the outfield could likely score. The pitch from Addison. Popped up. This one looks like it's going to stay in play. And a basket catch right in front of us is made by Wilson for the first out.
Nice job tracking that down, keeping your eye on the ball and making the basket catch. One out for Stauffer. 0 for 0. Walked and scored, sacrificed.
Been doing a good job working the count in this game as that first pitch goes for a strike. They're actually, Wynford, they actually led the N10 this year in walks. So this is very on brand for the Lady Royals today.
Yeah, despite their .269 batting average, their on-base percentage is .377, which tells you they do get on a lot. They work the count.
This is an 0-2. That goes high and away. He only struck out 127 times. That's tied for third. So that's a pretty good ratio there. Of course, nobody's going to have a positive ratio in that category, but
no.
Still, you're getting closer to that net
zero.
zero.
You got to be undefeated, #1 in the country.
And in a suspect conference at that, too.
Yes.
All the way down from 0-2, working her way back to a 3-2 count here is Stauffer.
You know, if we would have known the rain was going to be like this, we could have probably got a sponsor for the ball change.
And this dribbles back to the backstop. It's a walk and also a free base for Wolf again, who's now at third, so runners on the corners. And we could also get, talked about that sponsor for, was that pass balls that you said?
Or
ball changes.
Softball changes. Back to the top of the order now.
Well, if you business people want to look at the forecast for the rest of the week, hit us up, because there will be plenty of those the next couple of days. Brian would love to hear from you. Another dribbler. 2-0 count to the next batter. This is the top of the order. It's Lapley. Finally got to see her reach base her last at bat on a walk. Tried to push down a bunt there. It's 2-1 now. But whenever she does get on base, she's a danger to steal.
Does have a stolen base today.
Gave her 17 on the year. Next pitch, low in the turf. And this has just been a brutal day for New London's pitching staff. Counts 3-1. Next delivery from Yetter is ball 4. Bases are juiced again. In a 12-0 ball game, Rylee Robinson, another dangerous hitter for Wynford, steps up to the plate.
Top 3 hitters, 8 runs, 6 RBI.
Definitely got to be careful. Still no runs here in this inning for Wynford, but they are sitting pretty right now in a 2-0 count with some pitchers struggling to find the strike zone right now for the Lady Cats. Next pitch gets away, running towards home, sliding in. Ball is dropped, and the run will score. It's 13-0 as Wolf able to cross home plate safely.
Yeah, could have been close to a tag out there, but the ball got away. And it's the 13th run for the Royals.
Everybody moves up 60 feet, so Stauffer's now at third and Lapley's at second. .3-0 count, ball 4. There's a free base now. And Robinson will not occupy that. And up comes the very dangerous, especially today, Brooke Frombaugh. And it looks like we've got maybe another pitching change or just a meeting here. As we said, New London, they don't have very many options to go to in the circle. So Coach Thomas kind of trying to coach things up, especially in this rain, trying to keep balls from getting away from the turf, because that's really been the consistent issue right now for New London. It just seems like it's slipping early and it's dribbling too much.
Yes, a lot of bowling-type pitches have been thrown here so far. I want to see what's up with Wynford. They had about 6 people in their huddle, and they were all excited and jumping like they're going to try something here.
I don't know if it's just Frombaugh and who she is, but she does have a smile on her face after walking away from that meeting, so they could be up to something. They see another dribbler that gets past, and Wynford's going to stay this time. Everyone stays put. So that last run that crossed on a wild pitch makes it now 4 consecutive innings that Wynford has scored in. This one gets in the zone. Frombaugh looks away and not too happy with that inside call. Counts 1-1. Yetter trying to reset. Wants to get ahead. And that she'll do on a foul ball. got about 10 feet away from hitting a GMC in the lot.
She had a swing like she wanted to hit it out there. Oh.
Brand new pitch to the repertoire was added. There's a little ephus for you. Counts 1-2.
Nice job by the catcher to back up and make the play.
Correction, 2-2. Bases loaded. Frombaugh grounds at it. At that, it gets past both the third and the shortstop, and that'll score 2 runs for Wynford. It's 15-zip. And Frombaugh now adds a single to her repertoire. 2 doubles, a single, and a triple. And 6 RBIs?
6 RBI, yes.
Make it a 4-for-4 day.
It's safe to say she's already locked up MVP honors.
Yeah, you can say that. It's now 3 runs in the inning. Yetter gets ahead here, 0-1. Now it's 1-1. Next pitch flirts with the line. And it's called a strike, 1-2.
I will say for Wynford, they don't want to keep scoring too much because darkness is approaching. And if this doesn't at least go 5 innings.
They just threw over to first and the ball got away. Frombaugh's going to get second. And as she looks over, decides not to try to go for 3. So Frombaugh took an extra big lead as they threw back to the pitcher. It looked like Yetter wanted to try and go over to first and maybe tag her out. But chaos ensues after that. So with 1 gone, the force is out of the picture. Got another full count. The payoff to Hildreth is high. And it's ball 4. Didn't realize it, but now she's going to take first base. And that gives the freshman approaching the plate, Kate McGuire, another RBI opportunity. She already recorded one earlier in this game.
Yep, 1 for 3 with that RBI single.
As the bases are juiced again. Ducks on the pond for the freshman, who fouls that back.
Oh, nice breeze coming through right now.
It's blowing to our backs over here on the first base line. Counts 2-1 here after that pitch. And that one misses inside. 3-1 the count. Gotta love it feeling like March here in May.
No. It actually feels like a late October day.
Got her over to third, throw to first, not in time. Ball also dropped, and 2 more runs score. This has gotten ugly. 17-0 Wynford.
Now batting number 12, Addison Sebring.
So she'll get a for sure RBI.
Yes.
Maybe 2 on that whole sequence there for the freshman. Kate McGuire sitting at first now.
Hits the batter in foul territory, so there's no out there.
So after 2 runs score there, runners are on the corners here. Already down 0-1. This next hitter, Sebring. Watches a dribbler go. 1-1 the count. Yetter continues to throw for New London. And the count moves now to 2-1.
She offered actually at that.
Well, they did give her the offer, so it is a 1-2. Got to give credit to Rowan, the catcher. He's had a lot of tough pitches come her way. She's done her best to keep them in front. Looks like home plate umpire getting some more softballs. Slight delay here, as we've seen 5 runs cross here in this top half of the 4th. And Wynford not showing signs of stopping quite yet. Still only 1 out. Counts 3-2. Runner goes on that pitch and reaches second safely, so 2 in scoring position.
Yeah, and this is just where, I mean, you don't want to, that swung and missed for an out. I wouldn't say gloat or just pile it on, but also this is a district semifinal. You got to keep, at it. You got to get ready for the next game.
Want to keep the bats hot because that's a game where you're likely not going to get nearly as many runs as you do today, just because of the pitching duel that's going to take place.
You got to keep just watching some pitching.
Got a 1-1 count here with 2 gone, 2 on as well, both at second and third. That's McGuire. McGuire at second, Hildreth at third.
I guess I have to apologize to the Firelands Conference. Other than that Crestview-Wynford game, Monroeville, Hillsdale put 20 runs up on them, 20-1, and now New London has 17 put up on them by Wynford. I apologize for my presence, Firelands Conference teams.
Got a 3-2 count here, trying to get out of this inning. Wolf going up against Yetter. Swings at that, chops it off the edge of the bat, and it's not scooped up cleanly. There's another score. Runners on the corners again. 18-zip. Hildreth crosses the plate, gets to the dugout, and we see Morrison yet again come up to the plate. She started this inning.
And now we're going to have a meeting. Take a look at the replay. See what you wonder why there is it would be runner's interference. Oh, was there a collision with the runner going to the third? We'll show it one more time here.
Yeah, Coach Thomas wanted the officials to meet about something, and we're speculating that may be the situation.
Now, the shortstop right there was running in, and she bumped into the runner at third. So that's why they are having this discussion right now.
And it looks like they're not going to give it to him. So Coach Thomas trying to plead his case to the home plate umpire.
Now they're gonna talk again. We'll show you one more time.
If they do reverse this call, it would end this half frame because there are 2 outs.
Yep, and they are going to call it. You have to allow the fielder a chance to field the ball.
And now Wynford's coach is going to get a chance to argue as the calls now switch to their end. And in the words of Michaela Morrison, as I just heard, they think that's baloney. But nonetheless, we're going to move to the bottom of the 4th. Wynford 17, New London 0. Take one off the board for Wynford.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
And welcome back for the bottom half of the fourth. This one's opened up, hasn't it? 17-0 in favor of Wynford. As Robinson will square away here to start. Gets one in for a strike. Count moves to 1-1. Thanks so much for joining us here live and free on the OH Report. I'm Jonathan Langdon, Travis Berardi alongside me. Camera operator today is Brandon Powell. Count moves to 2-1 after that pitch misses low. Robinson gets her call from coach and delivers. This one grounded right towards Wynford's dugout foul. It's 2-2. Berardi's finally folded. He ran to his car to get a jacket.
And realized that my windows were cracked open.
Oh, no.
Little bit of water inside the car, but we're good.
Was that sarcasm? Is it flooding in there, or
It's
is it
not.
not too
It's
bad?
not. There's-
okay. That's always my biggest fear when a storm comes in, that I for some reason have the window cracked.
Yes, it wasn't fully open. It was just cracked, so nothing terrible. And with the direction the rain was blowing.
Got lucky is what I'm hearing.
Yes, quite.
Weaver fouled that last pitch off. It's still 2-2. Here's the next pitch. Dribbler in the turf. Full count.
Weaver walked back in the second. Reached second base before 2 strikeouts ended the inning.
Stays alive here. Fouls that off on a late swing. Robinson trying to dial back in for the Lady Royals. In command with the 17-run lead. Wants to fine-tune things for what will be a district championship against Buckeye Central at the end of this one. As how she unfortunately there walks Weaver, so the leadoff reaches. And we see now Kilgrove step up to the plate for the Lady Cats. Looks like what was becoming a problem on New London's side is now translated over to Robinson. She's missed a couple low lately. Gets that one in zone, forces a foul off by Kilgrove. Count moves to 1-1.
Yeah, with a 17-0 lead, you don't want to throw it right down the middle, but at least, keep your control. If you have to take a couple miles per hour off the throw to get it over, you can do that. Trust your fielders.
Robinson nearly took a tumble on that windup, and that forced her to throw it a little low. 2-1 now. That left foot kind of bobbled a little bit on that last pitch, and now it's 3-1. Weaver over at first on the leadoff walk. Kilgrove making strides to join her on the base paths. Here's a 3-1. That one sneaks in the zone. Nicely framed by Frombaugh behind the plate.
Good chance for her to battle back here after falling behind early on in this at-bat.
Next pitch is grounded over to the pitcher. Robinson delivers to Sebring for out number 1. Runner moves to second. Weaver sits there.
Smart play. Just get outs right now.
So that serves as a semi-sacrifice. Unintentional, though. And up next is Glah for New London. She's 0 for 1.
Actually, Emerson Reisner is going to bat now. She was the flex position player, but she'll get in a bat now.
And she'll take low. So Wynford cruising to what will likely be a spot in the district championship game. As this one's grounded and fouled as it goes off of the knee.
Yeah, you'll see it here.
of Risner. But talking about Wynford, their next game actually isn't going to be that Buckeye Central game. They still got to play Upper Sandusky to finish their N10 schedule. But that'll be just as difficult as opponent, and I think that could also play a factor into how they go into that game against Buckeye Central, because Upper Sandusky, they're no slouch either.
Absolutely not. And if it wasn't for a tough district that they were in, they'd be playing right now. But they ran into a clear 14 that's, at last check, was up 9-0 on Shelby.
Another strike to Risner. She's down in the count 1-2. I think the issue right now, though, for Wynford, next pitch here, is in for a strikeout, so Risner goes back to the dugout. 2 gone. But I think the biggest issue for Wynford is the opponents that they do have will not be able to reflect or kind of simulate what they're going to see out of Grace Colleen.
No.
In that district championship.
No, Colleen has been phenomenal this year.
Shepard at the plate here for New London.
Only Upper Sandusky able to sweep her. They were able to get Mohawk once.
0-2 count here to Shepard. Maybe they might have to go talk to coach after that game.
Yeah.
Get the scoop on what they need to do. And a 3-pitch strikeout to end the 4th inning for Wynford. Robinson continues to deal in the circle. One more inning to go in this one if New London can't make up 8 runs. Take a break, come back, 17-0 Royals.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
And we're back with the 5th inning. Royals already up 17-0. See if they add on some insurance to this game as Morrison goes down the left field line, and she'll round for second as well. Michaela Morrison, she's going to try and go for 3. Now actually decides to back up. She'll have a double to lead things off here in the 5th.
Yeah, they're playing her more towards center field. And she was just able to knock it down the line for a double.
Got to give kudos to Morrison as the next batter here. Swings and misses. Stauffer will go down 0-1. Got to give credit where it's due. Morrison in the last 2 games has really picked things up, especially for this bottom of the lineup. As Stauffer goes down 0-2. She had 2 hits against Buckeye Central. She was the one player that was able to figure out Grace Colleen in that game against Buckeye Central on Thursday. And she's walked 2 times today. She's also got that double you just saw. Picking things up at the right time. Next pitch to Stauffer. This one popped foul out of play. Stauffer has also walked twice. Has not recorded an official at-bat.
And again, talking about that on-base percentage, the amount of walks that they take.
And this one gets away. We're back to a 3-2 count. Morrison rounds third and heads back with an advancement on a wild pitch. So just in the bottom three of the lineup, Wolf, Morrison, and Stauffer, they've got 5 walks, and it could be 6 here. Addison Yetter with the 3-2 pitch. Low for ball 4, and that's, as we said, now 6 walks for the 7, 8, 9 hitters.
Next up, number 3.
And that's exactly what you want to see, that bottom of the order, because then you get your hitters up at the top with runners on, and that's why you've seen so many RBI by them today.
And that's part of why Wynford is successful, period. Those, the bottom of the lineup, if they're not anything else, they're patient. Bunt down the third base line, and Lapley easily cruises to first, and Morrison scores on the suicide squeeze.
Wynford getting some extra practice in here. That's a great bunt for the Ribby.
Number 1, Rylee Robinson.
About as perfectly placed as you can get it from Lily Lapley. Here's another bunt. This one also beautifully placed, and station to station go the runners. Bases loaded, nobody out for Frombaugh. And with that, Coach Thomas, as you see the replay there, brought to you by Fawcett. Coach Thomas went out and I think said at most 3 words and walked right back to the dugout. Frombaugh steps to the plate. Pitch from Yetter, gets away. Runners will stay put.
Got a little help from the umpire there. Ended up hitting him and staying close enough that they didn't advance.
Frombaugh up ahead, 1-0. Next pitch in the turf, inside 2. 18 zip in favor of Wynford. Next pitch, same result. And Wynford, despite some wild pitches here, staying at their bases. They want to earn them with some swings, it seems.
She's a ball away from RBI number 7. There it is.
You could tell Frombaugh wanted to swing at one, but no opportunity there.
Now batting number 7.
Stauffer scores on that walk. And now Hildreth wants an opportunity.
Just everything's missing low.
Another ball switch on a 2-0 count. Looks like we got an out over at second, runner left early. And that'll give a strike on the next pitch to Hildreth. This is a 2-1 count, so base runner left early over at second base, so that is the first out of the inning. Up next is a 3-1.
So this might be what you see is with the walks, you might see another runner leave early here. We're going to get a pinch hitter.
Yeah, pinch hitter. So pinch hitter on the way. This is Allie Bessinger.
Number 9, Allie Bessinger.
Just a sophomore. 226 average. Finds herself down 0-1 after the first pitch from Yetter. Bases juiced again. Bessinger takes 1-1 the count now.
I think another reason why they had the runner at second was Rylee Robinson at second. They didn't want her standing out there in the cold and the rain with the
Keep her
lead
loose
like
for the
they
bottom
did.
of the 5th.
Yep.
Didn't want to use pinch runner. Take her out of the game. And there's strike 3 looking for Bessinger. And that's the second out of the inning.
12, Addison Sebring.
And this will bring up Sebring. Wildcats an out away from getting out of this. That one's led right back to the pitcher. There were already 3 outs because of that first out being on the runner advancing early. As the pitcher went to throw to first, didn't need that, but still a nice play over there in the circle to end what likely is a frustrating day for her, but still going to take a nice third out to take us to the 5th inning stretch, brought to you by Burkhart Farm Center. What a game it's been here today for the Wynford Lady Royals. 19 runs on 7 hits, is that right?
That's actually needs to be updated. 10 hits is the correct number.
10 hits, 1 error for them. New London 0-4 looks the line. 3 outs away from securing their spot to a district championship game against a team that they know very, very well in the N10, the Buckeye Central Buckettes. That will be a thriller in my eyes. You agree with that, Travis?
Yeah. Well, we thought this was going to be a good game. Who knows? But yeah, 2 of the best pitchers in the conference are going to be going against each other in this one. But yeah, Buckeye Central Wynford, a Northern 10 representative, will be in the regional round, the round of 16. Just a matter of who it will be.
Talking about that matchup, they split the season series and they actually tied in runs too. They split 5-5 in those 2 games. So that's about as even as a matchup as you're going to get in the N10, I think, out of any matchup that you can really put out of those 8 teams. Wynford, Buckeye Central, they're locked together, I would say. 3 outs away from securing a win. First pitch there is fouled away behind us. Because you think about it, Wynford, Buckeye Central, they both got stellar pitching.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I mean, they have some power hitters with them.
I would say when it comes to overall power, Buckeye Central, you'd probably give them the edge slightly. But both of them are more small ball hitters.
But if your pitcher is off at all, Wynford will make you pay.
Yep.
Both are good teams, but both excel in different categories.
Kind of similar as this one's popped up. It looks like it'll be in play. It gets down. So we'll reset things at 1 and 2. It's similar to this game because coming in, we knew that New London was more of an offensive team. They batted nearly .350 on the year. Mm-hmm. But today they have been shut down by Rylee Robinson in the circle.
Change up that one for number 7. 7K.
So Olivia Yetter is retired. 2 outs away now. That one's going to hit the outside edge for a strike. Pilot 1 for 2 today.
Had back-to-back hits to start the 3rd inning. That's it, hit-wise.
That one misses low, 2-1. So despite the loss today, great season for New London. One thing that I noted when prepping for this team, it felt like everyone that was thrown in their way that they were expected to beat, they beat.
Yes.
They were able to still have a very solid record this year that will end at 17-10. And while the overall quality of the Firelands has been tested here in the tournament, you could tell that they were all stacked in together. It's a very even conference with the way it ended up this year, outside of maybe Crestview and Monroeville. But from there, the rest of the pack, pretty even in that. And it was a very competitive league.
You have Tier 1 and Tier 2. They're the top of Tier 2.
Yep. Swing and a miss here. So 1 out away, Wynford from a district title spot. Pilot goes out swinging. And now we see Rowland, who has not really had much of an opportunity to get going. She's 0 for 2. Takes one outside here. Fortunately for Rowan, just a junior, she'll have 1 more year in her belt. And she lines that one over to the shortstop, who slides to make the catch. Lapley ends the game, and the Royals are heading to a district championship to take on a familiar foe in Buckeye Central for the Division VI Northwest district title. 19-0 the final. They take down New London handily in 5 innings. We'll take a break, come back with your MVP, Brooke Frombaugh, who had a day. We'll talk about it here in a sec.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
I like being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Time now for your player of the game, brought to you by Fawcett Tax and Accounting Services. And Wynford gets a big win here, 19-0, and Brooke Frombaugh was a big piece of that. 4 for 4 day for you. So just break down your approach at the plate, what you saw from this New London team, and how you're able to lead your team to victory.
I mean, I just knew I had to stay back and wait on the ball, wait for my pitch, and eventually runs would score. It helped that I had other girls on the team that could hit the ball to get on base so I could hit them in.
And I feel like, especially with your bottom of the lineup, I think they were very patient today. They forced 6 walks, 7, 8, 9. So able to work counts, make it frustrating more so on the New London side. Was that a key coming in?
Yes, I'm extremely proud of them. We've kind of struggled hitting, like either our top's been hitting or our bottom's been on, but tonight everybody was able to hit the ball. We were really patient at the plate, which really helped us, and it worked out for us.
Yeah, so you win here 19-0. It books you a date with Buckeye Central again, a team that you've been very even with throughout the year. And what's it mean now to get a second shot, or a third shot now at them, I guess?
I can't wait. We should beat them. I hope we beat them. We just got to minimize the errors. We have to hit the ball like we did tonight. Everybody's got to play together. Rylee's pitching's been great.
All right, and then final for you, go ahead and take a look at that camera and give some shout-outs. We want to get out of here because of this rain.
Yeah. Shout out to my family, friends, everybody who came to support me, my teammates, coaches, cousins.
All right, Brooke Frombaugh, 4 for 4, 2 doubles, a triple, a base on ball, a walk, 7 RBIs, 4 runs scored. Talk about a day. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
Post-game show brought to you by Burkhart Farm Center in Bucyrus. Speaking of Bucyrus, how about that score for Wynford? 19-0 over the number 2 seed in the district in New London. Big win for the Lady Royals here from Whippet Athletic Complex. We'll be right back here on Thursday to watch this district championship game between Wynford and Buckeye Central. Of course, that's not the next game for Wynford. They still got to make up a game against Upper Sandusky. That will be next for them at 5, or on, was that tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow they'll play at 5 o'clock. That should be a good warm-up game for them to get ready for Buckeye Central next time out. On Thursday, New London, they finished their year 17-10, but not anything to be ashamed of at all. 7-7 in a tough Firelands conference that was very even, as Travis and I talked about towards the end of this broadcast. So congrats to New London on a solid season, getting to the district tournament, and also congrats to Wynford on reaching the district championship coming up later this week. That'll do it for us. Jonathan Langdon with you, Travis Berardi alongside me. Thank you also to Brandon Powell on camera. All 3 of us bracing the elements for you to watch this live and free. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you get to enjoy it live and forever as well later on if you want to watch this back or reflecting on moments like this. I want to thank our sponsors one final time, scrolling through your screen at the moment, and we hope to see you the rest of this week, hopefully with less rain, but there's a lot in the forecast, so we will make sure to keep you updated on what's going on, what will no longer be going on throughout the week. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your night. That'll do it for us on the OH Report.